This is an 8th grade video on Module 7, Lesson 10, Converting Repeat Decimals to Fractions. So we've been working with these different types of decimal expansions and algorithms. So now what do you do when you actually have that repeat decimal? How do you turn it into a fraction if it keeps going on forever? So how do you close it up? How do you terminate it? So, well, not necessarily terminate it because you can't terminate it, but how do I condense it down into a fractional representation? So the first thing we want to do is put this in powers of 10. When I do that, I'm going to say that x equals what we have, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8, 1. All right. Now, if I move the decimal one place over, that's basically multiplying by 10. So we can say 10x. And if I move it over 1, now I have an 8 outside. And I'm going to start switching colors here, leaving me with 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8, 1. Now, if I have 100x, that's going to move it one more time, leaving me with an 81 in the front with 8, 1, 8, 1, 8. And this can go on forever. But I'm going to stop right here, okay? So I see that if I pulled out 100x, I'll get that 81. And then what we're going to say is plus something. That number can go on and on and on forever. So it's plus something. So we're going to say 81 plus x. Now let's go ahead and solve for x. So I can combine my x's. I have 100x on this side and an x over here. So I'm going to move that x. So I'm going to take its opposite. Opposite of adding x would be to subtract x. That cancels there. 100x minus x gives me 999x equals, oh, not 900. Excuse me, got a little carried away there. 99 equals 81. We now want to divide by 99. And that cancels. Now this here, I can simplify. So x equals 9/11, dividing both of these by 9. And that's it. There's your fraction of 8.81 repeat. Now there's a way you can check this. You can grab your calculator and you can say 9 divided by 11 and you should get 8181818181. If you did, then you got your right fraction. You got the correct fraction. All right, let's try again. Another one. So we have 0.123 repeating. 0.123. So instead of writing out all of that list that we wrote, I'm going to write a little faster way here. What place value is the last digits? We have tens, hundreds, thousands. So that means 1,000x equals 123 plus something, just like we set up that last one. Again, we're going to move the x by subtracting it. 1,000 take away 1x, that one gives me my 999. X equals 123. All right, we're now going to divide by 999. That cancels. And I know I can divide both of these by 3, giving me the final answer of x equals 41 over 333. So B is asking us, what was our fraction? What was our final fraction of that repeat decimal? So we're going to say 41 over 333. Now, the question here, C, is asking, is it reasonable? Can you check it with a calculator? Sure. So we're going to grab our calculator. And we're going to say, let me move it up, 41 divided by 333. gives me 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's what we got. So we're going to say here that 41 over 333 comes out to 0.123. All three of those are repeating, so the bar goes over all three. Let's try the next one, number 2. Number 2 says, there is a fraction with a decimal expansion of 0.4. So the 4 keeps repeating. So what's its fraction? All right, so we have x equals 0.4. Now I want to move that one place over. So that's going to give me the tens place. Plus the 4 right now is in the tens place. So we're going to say 10x equals 4 plus something. That something being it goes on and on forever. I'm going to subtract that x from that side because I want to eventually find out what x is. So I'm combining those. 10x minus 1x gives me 9x. Bring down your 4. And now we want that x by itself so we can solve for it. We divide by 9. And my answer here is x equals 4/9. All right, let's go on to the back. Now this one's a little different because the decimal starts off 1, 2, and then all of a sudden the 3 will continue to repeat forever and ever and ever. So what you want to do is get to the repeat section. So this is my tens, hundreds there. All right. So we're going to say 100x, and if I moved it 2 places, that would now give me 213 plus something. All right, now before I can finish that, I need to find out what the 0.8 is as a fraction. I need the fraction of 8 repeating. So I'm going to step off and count this just 0.8 as y now. Now, the 8 here, once I take this part out, if I take this all to the front, where I only have the 8 repeating after the decimal, that is now in the tenths place. So we're going to say 10y equals 8 plus y. And this time we're solving for y. And the reason why is because I already have x being taken over there. I'm going to subtract my y's to combine them. That cancels, giving me 9y equals 8. Divide by 9. The 9's cancel. So my y equals 8/9. Now that's one of my answers. It's just not my final answer. Now I'm going to take that number and I'm going to plug it back into this problem. So instead of an x being here, I'm actually going to put in my y answer there. So I get 100x equals 213 plus 8/9. Now I can find a common denominator here if we want. We can say this is over 1, so I need to multiply this whole thing by 9. So I get 100x equals 1,917 plus 8 now is all over 9. So that is 100x equals 1,925 over 9. All right, now we want this x by itself, so I'm going to divide out this 100. And as you know, when we divide and we're dealing with fractions, you actually multiply by its reciprocal, its flip. So I'm going to flip that to 1 over 100. And I'm just going to go ahead and multiply straight across, leaving me with x equals 1,925 over 900. Now, I know that 25 can go into both of these to simplify this fraction down, and leaving me with my final answer of x equals 77 over 36. And again, we can check it by grabbing our calculator real quick. See if I can find a spot where we can see it. There we go. I am going to say 77 divided by 36. And there we go. There's my repeat of what we have up there. All right. The rest of these are on you, 3 and 4. So this ends our video tutorial.